Hello, my name is Alexis Alvarez. Today's date is January 16th of 2018, and we are in week 2 of Anatomy and Physiology at Azusa Pacific. Today I will be talking to you about the four main tissue types found in our bodies: epithelial tissue, connective tissue, muscular tissue, and nervous tissue. I'm going to start off with epithelial tissue. Epithelial tissue refers to sheets of cells that cover the exterior surfaces of our bodies. It also lines the internal cavities and passageways and forms some glands. Some important structural aspects of epithelial tissue is its cellularity. There is little extracellular matrix found within the cells. Epithelial cells have polarity, which means that there is always an apical surface that faces the exterior of the body. They all contain a basal lamina or connected to a basal lamina. They are avascular, meaning that epithelial tissue does not contain blood vessels. Because of this, epithelial tissue must obtain nutrients by diffusion or absorption across the apical or the basal surfaces. Examples of where we may find epithelial tissue is in our skin, airways, our digestive tract, our urinary tract, and our reproductive systems. Moving on to connective tissue. Connective tissue binds our organs together. It offers protection and support to our bodies. It is also the most abundant type of tissue found in our bodies. Some characteristics of connective tissue is the presence of specialized cells, the extracellular protein fibers, and a fluid known as ground substance. Connective tissue can be broken down into different categories. We have connective tissue proper, supportive connective tissue, and fluid connective tissue. Under connective tissue proper, we have loose connective tissue and dense connective tissue. Loose connective tissue includes areolar, adipose, and reticular tissue, where dense connective tissue includes regular and irregular connective tissue. Under supportive connective tissue, we have cartilage and bone, and under fluid connective tissue, we have blood and lymph. Moving on to muscular tissue. Muscle tissue is excitable as it responds to stimulation by contraction to create movement. Muscle tissue is responsible for us being able to have movement and facial expressions. It also is responsible for producing some of our heat. When we're cold, our muscular tissue shivers and creates friction, which creates heat to warm up our body temperature. Within muscle tissue, we also have skeletal muscle, which is responsible for voluntary movement. Then we have smooth muscle and cardiac muscle. Skeletal muscle is combined with connective tissue and neural tissue within the skeletal muscle attached to the bone. Cardiac muscle is found in the heart, more specifically the myocardium. And smooth muscle is found in the walls of blood vessels in the digestive, respiratory, urinary, and reproductive organs. Lastly, we have nervous tissue. Nervous tissue, like muscular tissue, is excitable, except it's excitable by electrochemical signals in the form of nerve impulses. These nerve impulses go throughout our entire body, and it's a means of communication between our different body regions and our different organs. We find nervous tissue in our brain, our spinal cord, and our nerves. And there are two main cells present within nervous tissue, and those are neurons and neuroglia. Thank you. Bye-bye.